Hey guys, I'm back with another Penny Dreadful review, this time reviewing the series finale of Penny Dreadful. If you haven't seen it yet and you want to avoid any spoilers, skip this video and come back later because everything I say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. Okay, if I was going to summarize my feelings on the Penny Dreadful series finale in one word, I would say disappointing. There were so many loose ends. Dracula is still out there. Where's John Clare gonna go? Where's Lily gonna go? What about Hyde? When is Mr. Hyde gonna pop up? There was so many loose ends. I really feel like John Logan said that it was always his intention for Penny Dreadful to run 3 seasons and then be finished. And I really don't buy that because the series finale really did set up perfectly a season 4. With Malcolm talking about reincarnation, it would have been the perfect setup for season 4 to open 10 years later with a 9-year-old girl, the reincarnation of Vanessa Ives. And speaking of Vanessa, the series finale was basically a 2-parter. They had both episodes back to back, and the first one was pretty short actually for a Penny Dreadful episode. The second one was more along the lines of a regular length Penny Dreadful episode. But between the two of them, Ava Green, Vanessa Ives had like 7 minutes of screen time. She wasn't in the first part at all. So for a series that has been carried by this character, Vanessa Ives, played brilliantly by Ava Green, to only get 7 minutes of screen time over the course of 2 episodes for the finale, I think it does a major disservice to that character, and I think it does a major disservice to Ava Green, and it does the fans a disservice, because we've fallen in love with this character over the course of these 3 seasons, and to shortchange us in that way in the finale, I think is very disrespectful to the fans, for lack of a better term. Now, if this had been a season finale and we were getting a season 4, I would call this a brilliant episode because it really does set up perfectly for a season 4, which makes me think that actually there was supposed to be a season 4 and Showtime pulled the rug out from under John Logan, and he's just for whatever reason is not owning up to that. I know it's kind of a conspiracy theory, which ordinarily isn't my thing, but it really does seem like there was supposed to have been a season 4. Alright, breaking down elements of this finale, I thought the choreography in the fight scene between Dracula and the gang, I thought that was great. Catriona, I would love to have gotten more Catriona, which is another reason why it's a real bummer that we're not going to get a season 4, because Catriona was a great character, and the fact that she was only in it for just a short amount of time, I think is really unfortunate and disappointing. Moving on to John Clare, I really don't think anybody expected John Clare to get a happy ending, but I would like to know what he is going to do from here forward. The series closes with him kneeling before Vanessa's grave and then the end. And just to have no idea as to where he may venture from there, I really wanted to see that, even if it's just him getting back on a ship, sailing back to the Arctic. That would have been enough. And the same thing with Lily. The last time we saw her, she was leaving Dorian, and then we never see her again, with no clue as to where she's going, what her plan is. Is she gonna be like John Clare and just wander the world? Is she going to go back and find her women that she was making this army with? What is her deal now? That was totally left with no kind of clue as to what was going to happen, and I don't know, it just felt unfinished. I really feel like the only characters who got a satisfactory ending were Ethan and Malcolm. Ethan decided he wasn't going to go back to the States, he was going to stay with Malcolm. Malcolm, he had this desire, this pull to go adventuring again in Africa or India or somewhere, but he decided he had to come to terms and learn how to live without this connection to his daughter, and Ethan decided he was going to stay with him, and that was fine. That felt appropriate for a series finale. Vanessa's death felt appropriate for a series finale, but just the way the whole thing was set up and played out, and just the clues that we got that there could be a season 4 only to have that jerked away from us. I don't know, I didn't care for it at all. But like I said, if this was just a season finale, it would have been great. I would totally change my tune. Even if in 2 months from now, they do a surprise and they're like, oh, Penny Dreadful's gonna come back, I'd be like, okay, perfect. This was the best setup possible for a final season. All in all, I, as a fan, am very unhappy with the series finale of Penny Dreadful. I really hope they continue the story in some form. There are comic books out there right now, but they're prequel stories. They're Vanessa before the series started, which is another reason why I think there was supposed to be additional seasons, is because why would you put out a comic book knowing the show was going to be canceled just a few months later, or the show that was going to end at its intended point just a few months later? Comic books, they're not going to earn you any money. What they are, they're a marketing tool. When you're translating a television show to a comic book, it's not going to get you any money. It's all marketing. And why would you do that? Why would you market in that way if you know the show is supposed to end? But hopefully the comic books catch up to the show and pass the show, and we get some kind of resolution for these loose ends that were just left dangling. Alright, that's pretty much all I have to say about the series finale of Penny Dreadful. If you have an opposing view to mine, that's totally cool. Let me know it down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you did, be sure to drop a like on it and subscribe for more reviews. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.